This is Lisa Marie. I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. I hope your day is absolutely beautiful. I am on a little later today. Today I went all the way off schedule. I haven't been outside. I didn't do my yoga or my other stuff because I was talking to friends, family, and it was long conversations and it was early. I was like, you know what? We just gonna put aside the routine. I'm sure I'll do something tonight, though. I think I'm still going to work out tonight, but I still, hey, then it was something else better that came, my family. So you know how that go. I hope you are well, perfect, whole, and complete. Hey, Shanika, good morning to you. Good afternoon to me. Dress of the day, outfit of the day, fit of the day. Let's see this dress. You know, I had the woman I had her take up the dress, but I told her I wanted to keep lane. So the front is fine. This is the stuff I tell you. You see the front, right? Nice and long. I actually prefer it that way. I want her to see the back. It's not cute. It's not cute, and you can't fix it, then, yeah. But I learned. So, and this is the pockets. You've seen this dress before, and then, of course, the back is completely out. And I love this little collar thing. I haven't been out yet, but I'm gonna go out and take a walk because I like to get my walk in. But I find a little later it's actually better. The streets are more clear. All the people that work up here, then they go home. And so, yeah, I'll take a little walk a little bit later. And let's see. Hey, Nakata, how are you? Nakata. Hey, Kalea. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been pulling out my dresses. It is so hot, but I feel less hot because I pull out my dresses. So it's working for me. I'm so glad you hear it's not bad. Looks like she forgot that the back has to be a bit longer. We tend to have booty. Yeah, she obviously did. You're right. So that's true. That's a good point. That's why my butt is lifting it up. That's exactly right. And tell your girl been eating. Yeah, I've been eating like I don't know, I just have such an appetite. It's normal, I eat well, but I mean, like, I got the bread that I added, and then I have the rice, but the black rice, every time I cook black rice, it reminds me, like, I'm almost forget that it's not beans. It even looks like beans a little bit. So it has that bean type flavor and texture. I'm eating 3 meals a day instead of two, because I know why, because I'm home. I'm not at the AC running around like crazy. So I think your girl I be put on a little weight. We can't be bad. We not bad. We not bad. But and I just been taking it easy, y'all. I've been taking it easy. Like I said, I got off the schedule, but I still did my thing. Then I talked to my other very good friend, which I love. I enjoy so much, and it was been great. So I had my first family member, and I'm gonna call my other one the second family member. So I just been I'm coming now, right? But I was thinking about because I was talking to two people that had went through this whole, my Ghana era, because it's an era, honey, and an era, like all eras, they end. The Ghana era is about to end. I'm really getting strong about, leaving, and doing some other things. But so a couple of questions, because people always ask me these kind of things, like, why don't I just go to another African country? Or, yeah, it's gonna be a hard one to say, but I'm just gonna say it. I'm Africa out, y'all. I know I'm gonna get slapped for this. I'm Africa out. Like, I feel like you go to one, you go to a lot of them. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot of similarities to, especially if I go to another West African country. I'm just not interested. I'm not interested at this time. There's some other things that I want and desire, and there's some other things that I want to come out of me. So I just feel like maybe I've been here for a long time, not left, and I just want to go and see my people, and also sit for a while and let the universe, the divine, the Most High Spirit, move me into the next thing. But I was talking to my two family members, and we were just talking about the whole ordeal. And I was telling somebody had wrote me and said, like, she's been into a narcissistic relationship for a good while, but a little longer, just a tad bit longer than mine, and like how she still feels that feeling even though they were separated for a while, and how did I move through it, and how did I, and almost moved out of it, and what does that feel like? And I said, and she said, because it's so hard to let go, because it's the back and forth, the breadcrumb and the whole bit. And I know that part, that breadcrumb part is deep. It's like they don't want you, but they want everybody else to have you. So you will break up with them, and you be meaning it. You be living your beautiful life, and things start getting better. That's just called toxic relationships. Or relations that don't work out, they take a lot out of you. But really specifically, the relationships I found that come out of these, because this is, people are moving abroad, living abroad. So we're going to see a lot more of the relationships between diasporans and the indigenous people, or the locals, or the native people of a country, especially in Africa. And a lot of it goes pretty much the same way, right? If you don't really have anything, there's a desperation level that nobody could argue with me about, because I live here. So you can't tell me. I'm standing up front. I heard, seen things, I'll write the book one day. But, so it's an energy that breeds, that way of living. And it's really, if there's odds, the odds are against you. I would hope that you'll learn from other people, and you won't do this, and you will, be with somebody that loves you for you. It's real simple. That's what you want. If you want love, then that's the love you would want, right? And so, all that to say. I've seen a lot. And I tell you, in the beginning, I thought, you've seen a lot, but when you're in it, you don't see it well. You don't realize how the odds are so against you that you're not winning, you're not even breaking even, you're not even being fulfilled in any way. It's not a happy relationship. And it's definitely not happy for you. And anyone that comes before you or after you, especially being diaspora, is going to feel it too, because it's not you, it's them. It's the situation that they're in, so it makes it very difficult. I'm glad you just add that to where relationships are already complicated. But this sister specifically asked me to do a video on being with a narcissist and also a foreign one. So I can answer this kind of stuff. So, but I'm gonna say this for anybody. It doesn't have to be a narc, and it doesn't have to be a foreign narc at that. It is true that you're so knee deep in it, you can't see, or you can't find your way out. Or like I said, if they're experts at breadcrumbing you, you notice that you do say it's over, and you really move forward, and you're doing absolutely great. And when they see you doing great, because they watching you, they'll never stop watching you. Especially particularly narcs, they will get scared because they never give you closure, because they always feel like they're going to come back. They always need more than one supply. And they come back just when they know you. They can feel, and I think most men can, they can feel when you are breaking free. They can, because this idea of soul ties, it's real. These sexual ties, they're real. That's why you got to be real careful, right? And so they'll know that, okay, she's breaking free. I'm going to go back and breadcrumb her, meaning I'm going to give her a little bit. I'm going to make her feel like I really still care. I'm going to take her out maybe one time. I'm going to get her intimately engaged or connected or reconnected again. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to leave her. And now I'm going to create a trauma bond. Trauma bonds are this idea that I get off now on the makeup to breakup. I get off on the I hate you but I really love you. I get used to it. It's what I live for. It's not healthy, right? So when you are in it, you're so in it that you can't let go. No matter what, you'll break up, they'll come back. So even when you think you let go, and you did, and your life was better, your money's probably better, because they drain the hell out of you. Especially the ones, the foreign ones, is taking you to the bank, child, and beyond that. The first time, as soon as you meet them, it's going to be a tragedy, and you're going to have to find some way to fix it. And it's always going to be like that. It's always. What they call that when you live like that? What is that? There's a name for that when you're always like living in that heightened state. It's never just smooth. It's never just happy. Their problems is your problem, and they always have a problem. It's not them, their cousin, their brother. It's hard way to go. And it don't have to be foreign to have this experience. So you're kind of trapped because you're trauma bonded, the sexual bond, even though you might not be, I'm not motivated by sex, I'm not even motivated by good looks. So But some people are, and even if you're not, the sexual bond is a soul tie, so that becomes very, very real. And you can't get out. But you're drowning. Right? You're not looking the way you used to look. You're not feeling the way. You're probably sick. Your nervous system is all jacked up. But the person really don't care if they use you till you die, because they'll do it. And what you're gonna do? Let me tell you. I tell you about this all the time. My good friend, who's my mentor, her mother owned a church in the Bay Area, Oakland, California, called Church of Religious Science. Her name is Reverend Eloise Oliver. She's in her 90s. She's still alive. And she would tell us secretly when we were all, because I used to hang out at my friend's house, which meant I hang out at her mama's house. And she used to tell us, if you can't leave him, and you've heard me say this before, we go on old school, pray that he leaves you. Now let me tell you about this pray that he leaves you. You got to pray it for real. You can't stink and you can't say, oh, everybody giggles and we laugh. You got to know that, you already know. You know that if you literally said, Most High Divine, God is calling what you want, ancestors, I pray to you to please remove this man out of my life permanently. You know why it's so powerful? Because you in that state of trauma bond, you're so afraid to say it because you know that ish will happen. Thank you for the love. You know it's going to happen. So it's good to even think about it, because then it tells you how trauma bonded you really are. You know that if you prayed that somebody leave you, you know they'll leave. You know it, but you got to pray it. And you ain't going to have to pray it too long, because it's such a powerful prayer. It's one of them prayers like you say, you got 3 prayers only, or you got 3 wishes, right? I've got 3 prayers, 3 wishes. You already used 2. It's that one, okay? It's like, woohoo! I better hold on to this one, because once I use it, it's done. I ain't got no more wishes. You know what I'm saying? That's how powerful that prayer is. And if you pray it, the Most High will make it so well. Because why you need that is, you need, right now, if you leave the person, but you're trauma bonded, they know they can come back and sweet talk you and you'll stay in it. But if they leave you, especially a narc will leave you so dang cold, they'll leave you so cold, there won't be no room to come back. This is beautiful. This is they think it's their superpower, but it's actually their downfall, because it gives you just enough time to get out the cloud of destruction, to get out the cloud of illusion. It gives you just enough time to finally hear everything your friends, family, and relatives have been saying. It gives you just enough time to go through the heartache that you thought was there. You wasn't really in love. There's no way you would ever love somebody that don't treat you right. I'm sorry to say it to you, it wasn't love. We're not built to love somebody that hates us. It's not true. The Bible lied. Now, they wrote that in so the slave can remain a slave and the master can stay the master. Let's talk about that. You are not required, nor do anybody. No slave really love their master. Every day they pray at night that they're going to kill Master Jenkins, okay? Believe me, they don't love him. So that's the confusion right there. So you're going to wake up and realize, oh my God, that was a horrible, thank you for the love. That was horrible. That was a horrible damn. How was I doing? I was doing everything. This mother ever tried to kill me. Now I'm going to tell my people, all of my moderators, you're going to have to be on it, because there's people that do not want me to say this, okay? So I need y'all to stay on it and get them before they even write the first letter. You'll feel the vibe. You'll know it's not right, because I really wanted this to flow, okay? So I thank you for that in advance. You would never, like, you're captive unless you got Stockholm Syndrome, and you ain't got that. So just let me let you know, you don't. Okay, so now you prayed the prayer, and they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave, and they really don't never want to leave you, because they know if you do get away, you'll never come back. So they got to make sure you never get away. Breadcrumbing. But let's say, so you prayed the prayer. Now they think they did it. A lot of times they replace you because they usually think they found someone better than you. That's the only reason why they're hanging on to you. They're hanging on to you because you're the best thing that ever happened to them. They may not like you, but goddamn like themselves, so it don't really matter. I tell you, don't feel like you being dissed. And they don't like you, okay? So they're hoping to find someone better, but they monkey branch. Remember, that means I'm not gonna let go of this branch and go to the next one unless I know, I'm not gonna go to the next person unless I know there's one waiting for me. So they'll never leave you and not have somebody. Matter of fact, they have a lot of somebodies while they're with you, but they're low level, low hanging fruit. Second, they can't do for you what you're doing for them. They can't do for them what you're doing for them. So they tend to hang on. But once they secure and they'll work on it for years. They'll be getting another person. They'll be whining and dying. They'll be liking her pictures. They'll be having affairs on the side. They'll be doing all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they got to secure it. And only when they're absolutely sure that they got you is when they're going to let you go, okay? Because they believe that the grass is greener. Now, the grass is never greener. The grass is an illusion. You know why I say the grass is not greener? It's not a diss to the next person that they get. It's that life is not a fantasy. Relationships are hard and they're difficult. And I won't even say relationships are hard. Sorry, that's 2025. We're going to 2026. I may put on my 2026 hat. Sorry, my 2026 hat wrap. Life is beautiful and amazing, and it really could flow and be wonderful. But relationships definitely have their challenges, because those are the challenges that we go through together to help us to grow. If you're not emotionally mature, you don't have emotional intelligence, you're not going to be able to do that. As a matter of fact, emotionally unintelligent people think it's a fantasy, it's a fairy tale, it's going to be perfect because love is all we need, and da-da-da. Narcissists already know it ain't going to be good. They just riding it out till something happens, something better comes along. But it's never better, because that other person is still a human being. But anyway, they believe that the grass is going to be greener on the other side. They believe they found somebody better than you. It's usually some version of you, because you were pretty dang good. Not you yourself, but what you were providing for them. But now you're no longer that great, and because you know what happens. Let me tell you what happens. You start talking back, right? You start forbidding them for treating you like shit. You start having boundaries, and you got your no's a full sentence, and you start really just, when I say talking back, like you refusing to take the shit any longer. You're not breaking up with them, but you're not giving them and allowing them to treat you like nothing. So now they really gonna leave you, because now they injured. Like, you hurt their whole entire ego. And why be with you? I've already cheated on your ass, but that's what they thinking. But damn, you was a place to come to. You looked good on the outside. It made me feel good. It made me feel, people thought I was big man. I was doing really great. So, like, what's up? Now, they don't even know they're doing great. Like, they probably with you, chick was really good, but they impatient and they're very impulsive. They'll do things like engage and marry somebody else just to get you mad and let you know, look at you with nobody, but look at me, I actually get somebody. They're very impulsive. They don't think things out. They're kind of like children. God, you know what? Hallelujah, God. Thank you. Because that's what you're going to be saying. This is why you pray. You pray that they leave you. This is the premise. Don't forget, we got to stay on there. You pray that they leave you. I can see you're getting the people out, so this is great. You pray that they leave you. Okay, now, we'll keep going. So, they think they're smarter than you. They think they're slicker than you. Remember, they want to destroy you. They want to tear you apart. They want to humiliate you, because you only, and then, do you want to know why? You're probably like, why would they? I love them. I gave everything. It is because you dare to not let them be treating you like shit. And it was not, because they're fairy tale-ish. Remember, we're never going to have an argument. I'm going to find a woman who loves me and who will never argue with me and won't tell me what to do and won't put up stipulations. In other words, they need one of them dummies, or they got the AI. They might as well go get them an AI girl, because she programmed to do that shit. And if they got real long cash, they can get the dummies, because y'all saw them. They have the conferences, they got the little AI doll. They get one of them dolls, child, because a real person is going to get real life. You know what I'm saying? And some are rich, but some, fortunately, especially the ones out here, they're no-count cowards, okay? They obviously using you like it's bad. Like, okay, another story. But it could be anywhere, because it could be. It could be in your hometown, it could be the same culture and everything, and they still they have mommy issues, most likely. All right, so then so you pray that they leave you. And the reason why you want it to be a prayer, because you want them to be in a position where they could never come back. So it's got to be a way that they could never, ever, ever, ever come back. Because usually when they leave you with something else, they doing their best to keep hold of that one. They doing their best. They done left the biggest thing they had, the greatest thing they had, and they banking on it. This other person's going to be better. Now they're never going to change. They're still not going to know how to do nothing. The woman still got to be the smarter one. The woman still got to make all the money. The woman still got to think of all the ideas. The woman still got to get them out of ruts. The woman really going to have another child because she's going to have a whole nother child because that's what it's like. Especially I'm saying with the foreign ones that really are not economically strong. Child, you're going to be taking care of them for the rest of your life unless you get the hell out. I wouldn't say the rest of your life because they take so much from you. You'd be lucky if you even a shell of who you used to be. Okay, just file that for a minute too. You're a shell of who you used to be. So they go to the other person and you should be so happy. The thing is though, you would really want them to marry the other person. Because if they marry the other person, most likely, especially if you have like me, a visible channel, they know that if they even came near you, you're going to say, guess what, y'all? And then the other person's going to find out, and that's going to ruin everything. Because remember, the ones, especially the foreign ones, I'm talking to the sister that specifically had this situation. I'm answering your question. You know who you are. You told me you want to make this video, and I'm happy to make it because you said it will help other people. They know that their whole thing is to get to America. Because if it was about a love, they would just marry another Ghanaian woman. I'm talking about this woman actually has a Ghanaian as well. It's not about love. If it was about love, this woman out here is off the chain great, you know? It's not about love. It's about, what they say, proximity, you know? And the thought of going to the States is everything. I have been privy, being in the art center, which even other Ghanaians say, don't deal with nobody. They're like, they are pros at what they do. But a lot of the men that do that, I'm not saying all the men here do that, I'm saying the ones that do that. And the stories I could say they told me personally, you would, that's the book. Like, it's gonna hurt people's feelings if I really say what was going on, right? But, so they, you know, they gonna try to get something that they believe is better than you, right? And at first you're hurt, like my sister that I'm doing the video for, and you torn up and you blame yourself and you wonder why. You go through all the emotions. In the beginning, they got you so crazy. This nigga done gave you a heart attack. You might be having, you know, one liver or kidney. Like, you, clearly you're going to be jacked up. Nervous system jacked up. And in the beginning, you're going to beg, please, why you, I love you, don't leave me. You be begging them fools. Yeah, this is a number they do. And then after a while, especially if they are married and you somebody that they can't never go back to because they really want what they think they're going to get out this next relationship, they really, really want it, they ain't going to mess with it. They're going to be on their best behavior. They're going to do everything the other person wants and says, because basically when they left you, they ain't had shit. And they walked away with nothing. So they don't want to lose. They want to win, okay? They want to win. They'll never win because you can't hurt women and use women. I wouldn't want, listen, I'm a woman, I wouldn't want me hurt, but I wouldn't want the next woman hurt either. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, especially a narcissist. Oh my God, like, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Like, and the thing is, you know, you think it's not gonna happen to you. Now in my case, there was no other woman that I knew of. Nobody came to me, nobody said, hey, that was my man. Like, I was free and clear. I you know, that's what I thought. But I would never, I know women out here hate me, but I don't know why, because I would never wish that on anybody. I would not, I don't care who you think you are. They did it once, they'll do it again, because that's who they are. They living off, they're like, you know, predator. They are predators, right? And they're just like siphon your energy, and it's not good. It's a horrible feeling when you think about it, but you will get to the point. So if you pray that they leave you, I promise you, you're gonna get over it. If they leave you, you didn't pray for it, it's like the ball is in their court. It also gives you power because you know as they're being removed from your life, it was you that had something to do with it. The other way, when you think they just left you, everything just feels so, because remember, they know, they check you out already. Let me tell you about narcissists. They're very, very smart in their arena. Everybody, you know, hustlers is good at what they do in their arena. They can't go nowhere else, but they can do it where they are. They look for women that, especially if you ever dealt with a narcissist and you tell them your story, oh, my last relationship, the person was a narcissist. They might not even know a narcissist, and then you explain it, they know it's them. They get you to tell them everything about yourself. And I've searched and I've waited for my soulmate. They love key words. They know they're listening to the words. And they see how vulnerable you are. And they see how generous you are, how nice you are. But when they see that you was effed over by another narcissist, you are perfect. They figure you ain't got a clue, because if you did, you would have noticed that they was a narcissist too, and you would have ran your ass the other way. You wouldn't have fell for the pretty face. You would have been like, wait a second, this is giving narc vibes. So they love bomb, they do all this stuff, and when you're not really fully healed, you think it's cute. Now, the relationship that I was in with the narc, he asked me to marry him several times. I mean, I was crazy, but I realized I wasn't that damn crazy. Like, I thank the God for that one. I mean, I remember he wanted to say, "Oh, you never introduced me to your daughter?" No, not on the phone. My daughter never even knew I was in a relationship with anybody. And you never tell her about us. And I didn't even talk to her on the phone. We're not that crazy. And you don't want to marry me? We're not that damn crazy. We was crazy now. Now, we was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Don't even get it twisted. Y'all saw it. But I wasn't that damn crazy. I just thank God for that, because, oh my God, can you imagine? Marry that, legal, and then introduce my child to... It was never going to happen. It was never going to happen, child, and it never did, okay? But you might have done that, and I'm so sorry for that, because I know that's a lot to get out of, and your children are entangled, and you got to watch them too, because they'll play your children against you. A lot of this has happened. They'll play their own children against their own mother. They will. The children will wind up hating you, because he'll tell us stuff. You know what your mama, and you know how your mama is, and you know, they'll turn your own, but if you have a child that's not theirs, they'll turn your own child against you. And that, I have a sister that watches me. If she hears, she might even say it. That's another sister that shared with me, and she's in another country, Netherlands. Thank you. And she shared that they will turn. I don't even want to tell you how horrific they could go. If my daughter was of a certain age too, first of all, I would not, at an age of kind of consent but still young, minor but almost close, I would never have her around a narc. I would never. They are ruthless, because they're not well. I have people share these stories with me, y'all. I talk to a lot of women every day. So I've had some, and when somebody said, I had one just the other day, they all coming out, I love it. She said, I didn't even know he was a narc until I saw your videos and then I did research. I'm talking about, and at this point, I'm telling you about 3 different women with 3 different experiences. So 1 with a foreigner, 2 with a foreigner, and the other one, actually the other one was in the state, but it don't have to be a foreigner. It's not just foreigners, they already know that. But yeah, it's a foreigner as well. But anyway, so at first you're devastated, because the bond is being torn apart, right? They don't give you the closure, because they never close it. They always know they think they're going to spin the block again, And you just feeling jacked up, because you didn't realize you was in a very one-sided relationship. That you was doing everything. But as the days and then the weeks and then the months come, I could cry. You might not even be a Christian, but you're going to be jumping up and you're going to be singing more hallelujahs. You're going to be more amens, because you feel like you got your freedom back. You ain't got to worry about what he got to do with his problems, his mama problem, his brother, sister problem, and in Africa, everybody over there, his cousin, his uncle, his this, it's always something. Your child is grown, my child was grown, but you're going to sign up for more mouths to feed. Grown people over there, you got to worry about them. You don't even know to be, like I said, in that state of just always, I tell you, y'all, I remember I used to be like, I used to wake up in the morning, that's how effed up they have you. We got to make money. We got to figure, and you was making money. You was doing it wasn't you, it was them, but you become we. They never are we. They're never we, never ever, unless maybe they marry you. I don't know, I didn't marry them, so I don't know. It's not I wouldn't do that if the person wasn't a narc and he was a really nice guy, but I wouldn't do it again. Like, it was, I don't know, like, when I think about my time in Ghana, like, that's such a big part of my time in Ghana, that I know I learned that lesson for a reason. And it takes you a minute to recoup. I still say I would need a couple of years just to recoup. But by no means, there will come a day, I'm telling you this, you're not attracted, you would never want them again. And I know people that's going through it, you think we're always going to be attracted, you're always going to have that connection. You don't know why you love, it's just trauma bonding. If you pray and ask the Most High, it won't be so difficult. You'll start getting your life back, your glow back. If you lost weight, you start gaining. If you gain too much weight, you start losing. You start thinking about the things that you love. You start being creative again. You start loving your life and loving yourself. You start thinking about all the money you don't have to put out. All somebody worry is now your worry. You start, it's so deep. Because you didn't know how deep you were in. You had no idea it was that bad. You did not understand what you signed up for until you get out of it. And for me, like, I'm out of it because I would never violate another person's marriage or wedding or whatever. None. Listen, if you just tell me it's your man, we're not violating that, okay? And for my case, I will say, if this other person doesn't bother me, come near me, I don't come near him. We have no connection. Like, nobody's playing games. He ain't calling me on the low. I ain't calling him. None of that. We are completely in no contact and disconnect even when we see each other. So his wife should have no problems. I don't want him, and he don't want me, and hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's the best thing that ever happened. I was talking to my girl today because she's been through so much with me, and people were all trying to say, sis, going back and forth to the hospital, the UTIs, the heart thing, like, sis, but your friends they gentle with you because they know you ain't ready. But you're going to come to a day where you're going to feel like you're born again. You're going to feel like you're born again. You're going to feel like that other person that was in that relationship, you never want to be her again. You never want to be her again. You forgive her, you hold her, you put love on her, and you send her on her way because you are a different person. If you survive it, you become better and greater and amazing and wonderful. You'll never do that to yourself again. You'll never let anybody do it to you again. You can and you will. And you won't have animosity. Like I said, I wish him his highest good. His union, I wish them their highest good. I want it to work out. I want him to be better. I hope that I would never want no woman to ever go through that. It's a lot. I was blessed. My bank account wasn't stolen. You know what I'm saying? He ain't cheat me out or whatever. I didn't really spend that much. I don't feel like I spent that much at all to me, but the fact you giving anything or putting their name on stuff is a lot. But I know people that have been taken to the cleaners and their health and some even their lives. So, pray that the Most High take them away because that's sometimes the only way you can go and get away because you're not feeling strong enough. You're too bonded. You're too trauma bonded. You can't feel it. You can't move. You're frozen. But as the time goes, if you do the work and you go through all of the emotions, you'll laugh at that person in a way, not in a bad way, not mocking the person you were, but you'll be like, girl, well, like, we free. You just be singing about how free you are, how beautiful you look, how gentle you are. And then what I would say is, be open to life. I ain't say open to another relationship. That's up to you if you want that. That's a great thing, but open to life. Do new things. Those years you thought you wasted, the God says, I will return to you with the locusts has eaten. Meaning, I'm going to give you that back and more. Okay? You're going to be like, oh, okay, that was that. I get this. If you have that awareness and help other women, but not when they're not ready. The only thing you could tell them in the message you could say is pray he leaves you when you see she can't leave, but she wants to. And also, there's a lot of narc women too, so it happens to men as well. Oh, and another thing they're going to definitely do, they're going to tell the other woman that you were horrible, you did all the wrong things, you were abusive. Everything they did, they're going to say you did. Or they're not going to tell the whole truth of while you react. It's called reactive abuse, where you start fighting back, and it's not good because you don't want to end up in jail for killing somebody that is another human being. Like, you don't want to, I'm just saying. So, yeah, you do, your worst side come out because now you've been abused, you're reacting, and that's the side they tell, But I think that, love, and especially in this day and age, most of us as black women, I find, we pretty much doing pretty okay for ourselves. So we really are inviting trouble when we invite somebody that can't take care of themselves, can't take care of their family, need you to even have I had all the ideas. It was that, you don't even understand how draining that is. That is not your child. That's supposed to be your man. Like, it's draining and it's not, I think it's unnatural to me and it's not fair. But if we already living our lives and we doing our own thing and we're creating our own reality and it's beautiful, why would we even put ourselves through that? We really don't need that. If the person can't match you on certain levels, I wouldn't even try it. Like I would just be like, that's trouble and it's not gonna end well. And I'm no different than the last person. You know, another thing, have that sisterhood. Don't be so mad at the new supply, as they say. Don't be so mad because that person first of all could be a victim as well. They really think they're getting something. You thought so too. You fell for the same things they did. If they're a person, some people say, well, one sister said, no, she knew that we were together and she wouldn't got him. That happens a lot too. But again, it's still the same thing. Their manipulation is great. Their manipulation game, the narc manipulation game is tight. I would never, this, and I know some, I don't care what I know sometimes, I'm not, I would feel with me now, but I don't wish her no bad. Like, I don't wish her nothing. Like, I wish her peace, love. I want him to see her a different way, that he loves her and that, like, that would be great. I want her to be happy. I want everyone to be happy. I want black women to be happy. There's a whole brand by a sister, a happy black woman. I want all black women to be happy. So it's not really me, but I wanted to address this thing. You will get over it, but not only that, you'll wake up, you'll come out the fog. Don't spend too much time it's like in the beginning, y'all, I tell you different things. I used to listen to the tarot all the time because the tarot woman was like so on your side and they understood what you was going through and they said you didn't deserve it and you needed to hear those things. Now I can't even listen because I'm not interested. I don't care what you do, what you feel, what you don't feel. Like, it doesn't matter to me. It's like, I'm just so glad to be out. But sometimes when I listen and I see the comments and my heart, I send real loving light to the women in the comment section. Like, you don't know, you won't be feeling like this forever. You will get over it. You will. And you'll never do it again. What I believe narcs come into your life or toxic relationships is to teach you how to love yourself more and better than you ever did. You didn't know how to do that, but now you do. Now you know how to love yourself. And you love yourself. Like, I'm still like, I'm like almost first year done. And like I said, I feel like the second year is now enjoying myself. Like, where I want to live now, where I want to go, what I want to do. Like, I want to be like loving my daughter. I want to watch her grow. I missed some years, you know. Oh my God, they'll take everything too. You won't be the best parent anymore. They want you to neglect everything, even their own children they have with you. They want you to neglect your children for them. They don't care what you got to do for your family. It's always about them. Nobody deserves that. Not no other grown human being. Your children, you raise them, they grow, they out. You know, hopefully, if you do it right? So, but I promise you, if you want to look at me, you saw me in the beginning, that feeling's not there. That connection's not there. That attraction's not there. It just leaves. You remember and you know what it was, and that hatred's also not there. That bitterness is also not there. They become a no factor. It's not, you're just so happy and so grateful that you got out of it, and really not really as harmed as you could have been. You'll be fine. But I notice you're more fine when you pray that they leave you than when you sat there and they had to leave you in order for, you to let go. Because we're holding on too, right? There's a part of us. You'll never like trauma bonding. You'll never like that addiction of cold and hot and cold. You'll never want that. You'll spot it a mile away. But hopefully you'll take the time. You got to take the time to do the work. That could be a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's important. So I feel like I'm in my what do I want to do era. Because I've done what I wanted to do for a whole year without this problem and that problem. And then especially the ones with the broke ones. I'm just saying, or the ones that, the foreign ones too. That's a guarantee. One of the sisters I was told to the other night, she was like, her guy was from the Gambia, but I'll just say this part. She was like, he want to get married and da-da-da. Of course, he met her 2 weeks. You know how they do it. 2 weeks, they want to marry you. And she said, and I'm already thinking, I'm going to have to pay for my own wedding. Oh, yes. No, woman. Your whole thing, like, you should just marry yourself in that case. They got ceremonies going on like that. There's a name for it, too. But, yeah, like, if I want to pay for my own wedding, I'm going to marry myself. I'm going to marry myself, bring my friends. Like, I mean, And y'all, I think that it's going to be, I think we're getting there. I see it because the young people are changing it. Where that whole idea that every little girl that grows up and plays with her black Barbies, I'm going to say black for us, and at the Barbie townhouse that I used to love, and she dreams about being married, it's going. That's people realizing that's the fairy tale. That's the sin that did Jezebel live. Like, that's the fairy tale that's not true. Nobody's going to even, these young ladies don't even want that. Not because that's not real. You could want companionship. You could even want marriage. But that way that we tell you, he's going to love me. Another thing too, like I still question, like, and this has been something I've been questioning for a long time, this idea that we have to, I hope he has me to marry him. I hope he has to, it seems weird now. Like, who is anybody? I don't care if you love him or not, that I'm waiting and hoping that you'll put this ring and you'll validate me. It seems crazy. I don't know, y'all. It just seemed like the craziest thing. Like, I can't go on, or I gotta wait for him, or I hope that he sees how it's like some slavery shit. What's this thing? I'm sorry, I just don't, it's not, I'll just say this much. If our relationship began, we will never legally get married. Why would we do that? Why is that even necessary? At least I want to be able to walk away when I want to walk away. I want you to do the same. I would like you to do the same. Why do we need that? Unless we want some assets, and maybe we can write something up for that. But, you know, this whole idea of waiting and being desirable, and he chose me, and I's married now, who is he? And then in this case, in some of these cases, who is he? Well, you really, who are you married to? You're married to a man that you're going to have to take care of for as long as you're married. And if he's sneaky enough and he get half your shit, and you did without a prenup, you might have to take care of him for life, even if you're not with him. When we start being excited about marriage, we got to at least, okay, even if we're excited about this barbaric or this archaic system of being chosen, okay, even when we get excited about it, at least have somebody that's worth being excited about, somebody that can do something for you. It's not about material things, but it's about material things because we live in a material world. So it's basic needs should be met. You can't, it's like, I see so much because I did it too. My daughter went off, that empty nest thing be deep, okay? And when my daughter got old enough and she went off to college, I got married. I ain't married all before. I had a whole thing on men in the house, all that stuff, but I got married. And I thought to myself, and I know in a way I got married because that idea of being just not caring for someone and it's finally over, and even though you dream about it as a mother, you can't wait till these damn kids grow, and then they finally do, you go, oh shit, wait a second, I'm like, who am I? I don't even know who I am without this role. And I got married, you know, but I loved my marriage. It was great, it was good, but the problems we had before we got married was just still there. I always say we got married so we could break up, because we could never break up before. We could never break up. We would be just toxic and get back together. Been together for 10 years. We got married, and once you get married, you get divorced. Most after that, you ain't friends no more like that. You know, we ain't had no kids either. It was like we had to get married to break up for real. Now, marriage thing could work for many ways. It could work on that end or that end. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I really need all that. You know, I was talking to my girl, right? My girlfriend is older than me, and we talk about another girlfriend, and like they be like, oh my God, got a man, I'm so fine, and they has be turning for every man. They be doing it. Don't get me wrong, but I said, is something wrong with me? Because I was saying to my friend, I don't look at the men like that. I don't know if I'm seeing extraordinary beautiful men. Not that they're not extraordinary beautiful. I'm not. And then she says something. She says, no, you've never been motivated by like the carnal side. I'm not that motivated by, I need something else. I need to know how you treat me and who you are and really how you treat yourself, you know? I have to have a spiritual connection anyway. So I'm not as motivated. Like that's not really my thing, you know? And, but having a man was, and I don't even know where I got it from. Well, my mom always had a man, so maybe that's where I saw it. Or maybe I wanted to be loved and nurtured, having daddy issues. You know, and a lot of times I noticed too, narcs and the daddy issue girl with the abandonment issues, they have narcs will run on that one because they know she want to be loved so bad. She want to be loved so bad. So love yourself and don't be mad about the relationship you have because sometimes you needed that one to move forward. You needed that relationship to finally love yourself in a way and to do the work if you do have abandonment issues or daddy issues, you know. So I feel freed. It's the greatest. It was the, I would thought it was the worst year, but now I can't even remember the hard stuff too much. I didn't never know that pain wouldn't go away. But once you start telling yourself the truth, you'd be surprised where pain goes. It don't even exist. It's the truth that's keeping, it's the lies that's keeping you in the pain. Once you tell yourself the truth, it starts getting real clear. And then you start looking at yourself, you're going to look better. You're going to feel better. You're going to glow. You're going to be more calmer. You're going to feel more. You know, some people, it changes them, and it should change you. You never, people say, oh, after a narc relationship, you're never the same. We should look at that and never be the same in a positive way. We don't have to be broken, bitter, and untrustful. Before this last one, I was the one that centered men. I was the one that, it was always about the man, or me getting my man, or me being with my man. I was always with my man, my man, my man. You know, I was always with them. So to be out, this was the one that I needed. This was the one that was like, I'm not thinking that men's the center of my life anymore. Like, it's not a necessity. It's not something that I need or crave. It's nice if we do it, but I'm in the era of loving me. They'll take you down so bad, you could only be in the era of loving yourself. But that's actually the perfect place. That's an era that should never go out of style. You should always, even with the love of your life, be in the era of loving yourself. This marriage with this sickness and health to death to us, this is some bullshit right there. So I'm sorry, I don't want to break it because I know, but this sickness and health and all this sacrificing, that is a fairy tale. That's not real. You have to evaluate. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times too, I find with narc, when they sick and down, what you do for them. But when you sick, they hate when you sick because they don't really want to take care of anybody. They're very selfish. What you do for them, thank you for the love, they'll never do for you. All the things you sacrifice, they'll never do it for you. Wait and see. The tables will turn, and you will see how they will not do it for you. And a lot of them, too, got a lot of, secrets. I mean, deep, dark, grimy secrets. Stuff that if you heard, you just pray to God that you didn't catch nothing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's a dark world. And you just thank God every day that you're out of that darkness and those lies and that deceit. Oh, and that cheating. And it's just, for me, because I'm not that kind of person, like, yes, men be cheating. So I'm not, men be cheating, no. So I'm not going to say every man I had never cheated. But the way they cheat is dirty. And some of it is inappropriate. Some of it is downright illegal. You know what I'm trying to say? And some is just immoral and just, it's some type of level that I never want to be a part of again. Like, it's just, I don't even know what to say, y'all, except for I can't see y'all, so let me go get over here. The sun is in sun time. Sun time. Okay, we'll sun it out. Since we're Leo, we can sun it out. So anyway, I'm going to read the comment section. I hope I was gentle. I hope I didn't hurt nobody's feelings. And I just want you, like, y'all, I can't, because y'all know when I get up the thing, when I was with my girlfriend, I was like, woo, hallelujah, thank you, God, thank you. It's this thing, it's like this, you want to talk about exhale, it's like, oh my God, I'm really free. When you feel that first year come, you be like, oh my God, I can live the rest of my life. I can do whatever I want to do. I can do how I want to do it. I can go where I want to go. I don't know, like, if you got some money but you ain't rich and they got none, how is this going to be a happy union? You should run from that shit. You should run. Yeah, don't do it to yourself. Okay, comments. You see I'm in the sun. You'll see I'm in the sun. Thank you. Greetings always. Hey, Rone, good to see you. It's not bad. Looks like, okay, thank you, Shanika. Again, hey, Lakeisha. I love that dress. You look so beautiful. What you always do. Thank you, Kalea. Knee deep and breadcrumbs, and it's the absolute truth. Yes, Rone, you feeling it? Hey, Jasmine, good morning. 106 FMC at, hey, Kalea, I did that with my ex. I felt he was cheating, and I said it with power. If this man's cheating, let me know sooner than later. It's a wonderful prayer. 2 days later, it was revealed, and I cut it right then and there, and it will be revealed quickly. That's right, Queen. Hey, Jasmine, thank you for the thumbs up. That's why I outsmarted him and dumped him before he got his monkey branch in place. That's right. You was go on, girl. That's what I'm gonna say. But hey, babe. Hey, Toy B, you are absolutely correct. I'm sure I did pray to God in my life. Yes, so we know. See, people are attesting. They telling. Yes, the number one they try to do is embarrass. Oh, they want to embarrass you. Yes. My ex told me, I see why black men date white. Oh, they love that one. After I started speaking up for myself when he was attacking me, that's right, sis. No longer eating crap on rye bread. Yes, man, we love that, Rodney. I feel so free now. Don't you feel free? Exactly. They would marry someone in their own. That one should be the clue. That one should be the clue. They was with a diaspora woman who they did ask to marry numerous times, and she said no. That's number one. They got all these women that know the culture, the language, everything, and they can't marry her, but they got to go. That is a clue. Yeah. Yes. Hey, Kim. Yes, they are experts at picking their next target, which is why when they ask me what I'm looking for in a man, I now tell them I will know when I see. You know what? That's the best advice, Jasmine, and that's the best advice I've been hearing a lot. One way, we should talk about this. Don't tell them about your past. Don't tell them about your story. Don't tell them about all the men that did you wrong and the last one was a narc and this happened and that. I will know when I see it. Let them give you the information. Remember, they're mirroring you too. I noticed, I ain't gonna even lie, I noticed that when I first met the one I was with, he was young and he just didn't really have a whole bunch of swag, or I noticed I swagged his ass out, child. Like he felt, and I'm gonna leave it alone, but they be marrying you. What you thought you loved really was yourself. You created that person because they're empty shells inside. So whoever you are is what they become, because they want to make you think that it's a soulmate connection. So you're actually falling in love with yourself. And then the next woman that they go to, she's actually fell in love with you. You created that whole thing that they thought was so sexy and so amazing. They really don't have that without you. And you'll know it because when they go to the next person, she's basically doing the same thing you had to do. You have to build them and mold them and build them up and tell them they're great. You need that, women. We need that for ourselves. We deserve to have someone in our life that bigs us. I've had that. I don't even know. I had the elder tell me, this is every man got to come here or better. I had the last one to say, don't come down to me, let me come up to you. You know what my best friend said? 30 years. Good friend. You know what she said? She known me for 30 years. She said, yeah, I don't understand the last one, because she said, I've been with you for 30 years and you get men that worship the ground you walk on. This is not what you do. This is not what you even attract. Most of men know you all that and want to put every single thing into you because they know what they got. And I was like, wow, that's deep, but it's true. Yeah, that one too. You can't tell them anything, and I promise you, look it up, that mirroring thing. You think it's not real, but it's real. They are shells, okay? Do you understand? They have nothing inside to offer you. They're offering you them. So you think they study too. They know what you laugh at, what you get. So if you're into the full moon, if you're into the solstice and equinox, then they're automatically into it too. They'll start, when they leave one person, they don't dress like that anymore. They start dressing like the other person likes, or what they think the other person wants, or they are chameleons. They become, that's weird. That's not normal. So thank you. And so I think you said, right, so one of the things is, in order for them, they're gonna have a hard time making you fall in love with them, thinking you're a soulmate, plus they rush to that, marrying you in 2 or 3 weeks after you're married. You don't want that. That's love bombing sounds so nice, but it's not. It's a bomb. So all bombs are not gonna be good. It's gonna F up and blow up stuff. It's weird. What is this rush? What is this pushing? And when you see it, you gotta go like, this is not. I remember the first time that, the relationship I was in, that's when the marriage was 3 weeks, I was puzzled. I got on the phone, 3 weeks, I don't even know if I like you like that. Like, right, I don't even know if I don't even know who you are. Like, I don't even know. And people are saying, oh, it's an African thing. No, it's not. Some of them are still dating the same girl and they never married her. No, that's something, but I didn't know this, what you call breadcrumbing and love bombing. I had no idea what that was. I never knew, I never heard of, I heard the word narc. I never investigated it because I guess I wasn't with a narc or maybe he wasn't that narky. So I had no idea, and that's why I kept saying, like I said, I got out of the marriage. Like, I had a real marriage where the man was able to provide and love me and supported, and, you know, he had other issues, you know, so, and so did I. But, so no. There's certain things too, yeah, and I think that what I love is there's so much education out here. You would think that narcs would never meet another person, but unfortunately, this is why they meet other people. So let's look at us. They keep meeting people is because if we don't do our inner work, ladies, if we don't heal the broken parts of ourselves, because if we did that, we would not be on their radar. They would not even never know that we would never cross their paths. They can see. I remember when I was in my last relationship, and we would be having, let's say, a dispute. Let's say we're in bed and we're talking, you know, we're up and we're talking, and we're having a dispute. And I remember it was cold. It was the Voltaires. I remember again, it was cold. And we was having a dispute, but I mean, this is still the person I'm with. Like, I don't hate this person. And I remember taking the blanket and putting it on him while we having a dispute. He was like, you would do that? We having a dispute, you know, he was an argument, and you would put the blanket on me? Well, it's cold. We got to get sick out here. I remember one time he was even crazy enough to say to me, I realize that no matter what I do to you, you will never leave me. And that, when you hear that, you better run. That's deep. That's like the nerve. But at that point, he probably was right because he had tested it. He had tested it enough times to realize that I did her wrong. She done found condoms. She done found other women's numbers. She done found texts. I done stayed out. I can say I'm playing basketball 7 days a week. She going for this shit. I can give her little or nothing. Oh, they'll start to withhold sex because that's punishment. That means you did something wrong, or they're probably sleeping with a lot of other people. They just damn tired, child. It's the most. And that's why I think the narc relationship is so hard, because it's psychological. A lot of them too are very lust, very porn addiction. I mean, when you start thinking about it, it scares you to know you was with somebody that was so, I don't want to say low vibrational, but low vibrational, like it's a scary thought. And that's why a lot of women and men be getting dog, poor babies, because you know, men is easy with sex. Women got sex and sexiness. I feel sorry for my brothers and all the men that go through that. That's scary too. So, I mean, it's not something that you would wish on your worst enemy. That's why it's hard, because it's scary. You literally are sleeping with the enemy. You are sleeping with someone who you absolutely know nothing about. They don't like you. They hate you because they can't be you, because you have empathy, you feel, you can love. They never even sing unconditional love. They sing distorted love. Even a lot of them have mommy issues too. Their mommy issues be deep because their mama be traumatized. So she bring that trauma to. So ladies, if we don't do our work, we'll never meet somebody like that. And we definitely won't. A lot of women say that once you get one narc, you continually meet narcs. Anybody had that experience, let me know that you continually meet narc after narc. It's like you got something on you. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's because you haven't learned that to be discerning or keep them boundaries. Once you learn how to do it, I know we won't attract it. Also, we didn't do the inner work. Like, I know, like, if I started dating now, it hasn't even been a year, which I wouldn't even think about. I'm telling you, I know you say don't wish on you. It's not a wish. I know where I'm at. I know I'm not all the way there. I'm sure I wouldn't attract another narc. I wouldn't even do it to myself. I would just relax. I would just, I'm just going to, and love on myself. But anyway, yes, it's true. Yes. Married, so golden apple, married into a family of them. Never let your guard down. It's a hard thing to not be able to do that. And you usually do marry a family. I will say I agree, and girl, a whole family. God bless you. My narcissist father, that's right, the father tried to turn me against my mom. I told you by absence of the child support was actually spent on me. Oh yeah, the things they will do. Narcs will use their children against the other parent, and so many parents have no relation with their children because the children have been brainwashed. They're so dangerous in your life. Jasmine, yes, got my freedom back. Yes, you did. I'm so happy. Kalea says, Jasmine, same regarding, I will know when I see it. Yes. Toy says, my experience was with a foreign also. It's a shame we live in a time where people do. I know. Another key, no closer. Yes, come on now. Yes, don't get with you for love anymore. It's what you're gonna do. I know. It's so a shame, but it needs to be talked about. And I need to be a person that talks about it. It's so sad that the prevalence, I think, ladies, and y'all can vouch for this and attest to this, it's more happening of that than not. Isn't it deep? This is now commonplace. And I say to myself, is it more or are we more aware? I think it's both. I think we're much more aware, but I do think it's more. I think the society, this anything goes, or you know what I really think? I think that we have a society where, think about the parents of a narc, because that's a lot of times where it starts, that never really got the help. And then if you think about men, a lot of times too, nobody even pushes them. Now let's talk about the foreign men. Let's talk about African men. It's a man's world, and they invented that one. So they're worse than narcs because they have a whole community that supports the treatment they have of people, especially women, right? They don't have a high value of women in general. If you lived here, you see what I mean. And some of it is so in the culture, it's not questioned, right? So you got to think about this too. We're dealing with a society that's very patriarchal. So narcissism, especially a man, it could go unchecked so just think about a deep African culture, a foreign culture, where his behavior is not even that unusual. His father was exactly the same way. And of course, there's narc moms too. And usually definitely went through trauma. So yeah, it's unfortunate that, see, if I wasn't, I guess I would have not known because I would have been married, right? And I would have been out of the dating pool. It was like, I guess I had to be in it at this older age with a younger person too, to see like, oh my gosh, this is what my sisters are dealing with? Is what out there? Oh, yeah, we got to be very careful. But y'all, I keep saying the first line of defense. And after them, you will learn. We do the healing work. We do the work. We will never attract them. We'll never have to worry about it again. We won't. But thank you for sharing. It's true, Toy. What is going on? Kalea 100, true, Toy B, yes. I have so much more energy, yes. The 10 years I was with him will be 10 years added to my life and more, darling. Yes, and Kim says, those narcs are vicious. My guard is up, but love is pushing through for me. Loving me is helping me. Loving you is the greatest gift of all, like they say. That's right, Kim. I feel the healing. It's not easy, but doing the healing work is so worth it. And us talking about it, and us coming together, and you not alone. We're not alone, right? It's that period, I would marry myself. I'd marry yourself. You're going to do all that, right? Kim, it's awesome that you are working on you and loving you. Yes, Kalea, right? Because some people will not do it. That's right. You got me thinking, do I need to be legally married in the future? Exactly. I wasn't married to my ex, and we had no kids, so it was clean, except for the most part. I'm so glad. Yes, who is he? Exactly. Oh, and I have decided long ago I don't have to be married. Yes, Kalea. Toy says, I'm at so much peace now that I'm hesitant to entertain any one man, the emotions, etc. I really just don't want no party right now. Toy, I agree. I'm not going to be that person be like, no, don't close your heart. I wish that wasn't me. I know I said that shit. I'm sorry about that. Don't close your heart, but because your heart longs to something to you. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm 58, so if we sailed out without all that, we good. Like, and I think because what's happening, Toy, like, I think it's making me like really question this whole kind of patriarchal system that was built for men to win and women to absolutely lose. You feel me? So I think we're really starting to see, like, what is the advantage to us? It doesn't seem very well unless we have a total breakdown of the systems that keep this narcissism. We live in a narcissism world, if you think about it. It's ruled by men with power, right? That perpetuate the same thing over and over again. We got to start building, creating, as men and women, as husband and wife, as father and mother, children that we tell them and we raise them to be the total opposite of that. It almost has like the generations might have to die in order to start again. So I'm going to agree with women. The decentering of men is a good idea, not to send it like, it's not saying that you don't like them, you don't want them. It's saying you're not my world. I'm going to be fine without you. I'm not impressed because you could put a ring on my finger. I'm not Google for Gaga because you asked me to marry you. These are steps right there. I'm not overjoyed. I didn't wait for this all my life. It's not the flex it used to be, is it? I'm married. I was married now. He married me. It's not the flex. Back then it was, and maybe in certain countries it was, this is my means. A man really was a means of support. He was actually a provider, right? So now my children will have a father. I know I will be provided for. If he dies, I get his benefits. We don't even need those things. So marriage definitely should be negotiable. It should be rethought, right? We should do it differently. We should create our own rules and vows and all of that. And it doesn't have to be with that paper or even at all. I could see myself living an amazingly happy life, and maybe they come into our lives so that we can see that for ourselves. An amazing life without all of that. Most women, especially the ones that I know that got with narcs, they was doing better by themselves for real, for real. And a lot of us got to watch, especially when we get to that empty nest syndrome, we will latch onto something else. Take time when the children finally leave. Don't be so quick to fill the space up. And the space that we're filling up is really the space in our heart that's empty. We got to do the empty heart space work. And understand that, okay, wait a second, because I'm telling you, y'all, we're not going to attract it. But yes, I'm with everybody. I'm not going to lie. I'm in that place too. The thought, I wasn't all that pressed. Nothing, don't get me wrong. I always want my man. That one is true. But I got him. It was easy. But now that's not important to me. And especially now, if you almost 60, you don't even know how many more years you got, you know what I'm saying? So you really want to think about what you like to do with those years and who you like to do it with. And yourself would be a great person. The relief of that's why I was saying, I was like, oh, I'm in my first year out almost. And I knew after the first year, like many of you, wait a second, the second year feel like I'm going to want to enjoy myself. So you are right. The rush is not a rush. Maybe it won't be at all. I would tell people that get out of those narc relationships, take years, but do the work in the years. Because you will enjoy yourself so much, which brings a glow and energy, a vibrational frequency that would only attract, and that means anybody, because you could have narc homegirls, narc sister friends, narc family members, right? So we're, narc-free zone, yeah, I think some of the dopest women that we're probably looking at is the ones that had relationships with narcs and got out. and got out. It's a different way I want to live too, y'all. I agree with you ladies. And this is no cab, this is no anti. We just really expressing ourselves, that sense of freedom. You never want to give it up again. You never want to give it up again. So I gotta agree wholeheartedly. Yes. That's right, Toy. As Jasmine says, I felt shame of not being married, dating my ex for 10 years because there is societal judgment about it, but not anymore. I'm glad you know the truth, but thank you for sharing that. Yes, looks are only skin deep. That's right. They don't mean shit for it. No, the good looking ones are the worst because they know that most women know they ain't shit, but they get past they keep them looks to keep them in there a little longer. So yeah. No. Now I'm rethinking it all together. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Jazz. To me, two people decide to be committed and open and honest to each other is sort of a match. It is, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We know it. But open and honest. I mean, if it's not that, we don't want it. And I don't think it's nothing wrong with taking some years, whatever much time you need to develop a beautiful relationship with yourself. And I think that, but yes, always, like it could happen, but I ain't looking. Like I'm saying, it's okay. Like if it does and it's perfect, it's good. Because I think that, let's say we don't have narc, if the person's not a narc, right? The narc relationships are so prevalent that it takes over the other dysfunctional relationships that possibly could happen, right? The non-committal ones. What's the other ones? Because we know narc will marry you in a dime. So the non-committal, the bad communication ones, the don't know what they want ones, right? The emotionally unintelligent ones, the emotionally unavailable ones, right? I mean, there's a lot to deal with. You talk about honesty. Oh my God, that would be beautiful. So that I was thinking of that too. Like, take out if it's the narc or not. It might not be a narc, but these are some of the other problems that women are having. I don't know if it's social media and they learn so much from there that's just not cool. I don't know if it's the time with social media, not knowing how to have communication, be around others. I think a lot of it is childhood stuff that they learned and they never got therapy for it. Like, therapy is so important. And that could be whatever way. So for some people it's coaching. So some people it's actual therapists. This is therapy. What we're doing right now is therapy, right? We need that for women, ourselves, and our men need it too. And there are men. I told you, if my man was in a recent relationship, if he doesn't go to therapy, right? The first sign of he can't keep his word, or, because that's the big, I don't even want a friend like that, let alone, a relationship. So the narcs are taking up so much of the societal, version of relationships that some of the other ones are problems too. The non-communication, right? The non-committal, right? These are issues. And the liars, like what's about the liars? How about that? Of course, the homosexuals, right? And the DL, right? And, oh my God, it's a lot. So, but I see Black women just being so happy, loving themselves and enjoying each other's company and doing things and going places, and yeah, it's beautiful. And this is so people know this live shit is not against man and against love. It's just us being in the place of being out of that and realizing for some that is not out of it and think that they'll never be whole again. You can be whole again. You will be whole again. So yes, but absolutely, Kalea. Yes, it's true. Sneaker, you ain't ever lied about looks. Yes. Oh, y'all know I know. The Jasper says, whenever someone says I don't to be married, people say, what about legal protection for you and your children if it doesn't work out? Yeah, but you married a Warren, honey, you be paying them alimony. This is a new time. So even that is not true anymore. If you marry somebody and you the woman, you make more money, you be paying their alimony. What protections? These men will take the kids, or worse, won't take the kids. You be hoping they take the damn kids. They ain't gonna want to take the kids. That part, it's not even, it doesn't even work like that anymore. It was before, it's true, right? Come on, I know you be there, you're gonna take these kids, child. But yeah, like, it's true. Think about it. That's old school. That don't even work like that. How many women celebrities, especially, but regular women too, they don't care no more. You be okay, for protection, but you got more than he do. He gonna get everything. He gonna get half of what you got, and you gonna have to pay him. So think about that protection. That was back in the old days when it was known that the woman would keep the children and the men would give alimony and child support as well. That has changed, and I'm not talking about celebrities doing it. I know real life stories. So that's not even necessary. And let's face it too. Now, if you're in a healthy relationship, you and the guy didn't get married, they're common law, but you can also draw up some papers. For one, I don't know. Women got their own thing coming along. Like, I don't want to think Yeah, I guess I don't think of it that way. I don't. If I want to be out of a relationship, I want to be able to walk away. I don't care whether God didn't leave me or didn't. I would hope I always have my own. And I mean, I would hope I would take care of myself so well that when I'm older, I'm ready to. I haven't done that, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think I think that's old. Let's say you're in a good relationship and you don't get married. You can write papers. You can do it legally and make sure that my woman will be left the house that we're living in. Because it's true, them kids come back, them damn kids again. I love children, you know it. But them kids come back and take that house right from under you. You was with that man for 20 years. I agree. They could. So you might want to make sure, but I would just make sure that, see, okay, I'm gonna go another way where we don't have to worry about that. Now the kids, I'll get to that. But that's why we're not living together. I'm always gonna have my house. So your house, the kids could have it. I got my own. You know what I'm saying? We ain't fighting out here. Now, as far as the children, so many men marry you and they get away with no child support. They ain't paying nothing. They out here making babies with 15 other women. You know, we got them out here too, 15 kids. So it's not true. I'm just saying, like, it's not true. The court don't do that anymore. Back in the day, when I was younger, it was always guaranteed that the children would be awarded to the wife. It's not like that anymore. And maybe, justifiable. Some women are not ready for that responsibility, but they damn could take all your stuff. So I'd say the protection might be more not marrying them. At least they can't have it, and some will fight that. Common law is good, and in some states you can fight it. You can say, the man can say, I've been with that woman for 10 years. So this business, I was there during the years. Even they might not did nothing, they can still get half of what you got. So I don't want the courts in my business because if I need to feel like I'm with this man so I can get what I deserve, no. I mean, he can give me the life insurance so I can have that when he go. You know what I'm saying? I think you can still get the life insurance and not be married. There's other ways to do it. I would say white people, but rich people done thought of everything. And you can do a prenup too, so you could try to, people could fight it, but let's talk about before, so, but I hear you. Yes. Hey, are you still doing personal? I am doing personal sessions, Candy Locks. How are you? You can go to the website. Actually, you know what? I would rather don't go to the website, child. If you go in the description box, I got Zelle, CashApp, or PayPal. It's $100 for an hour. You can send it through there, and then my email's in the description box as well. Email me, and child, we can do it tomorrow. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're ready. I got time. Tomorrow's Saturday. I could fit you in if it's an emergency. Other than that, we can do it on Monday or anytime next week. So yes, definitely. I want to have a baby someday, but I'm wondering if marriage is for me. I think you cross that bridge when you come to it. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some incredible men. And I think, Jasmine, if you do the work that you've been doing and continue to do the work, you could get married, have babies and everything. We're not against it. You're going to do your due diligence. You're going to check him out, see his thing about, investigate his past, right? You're going to learn about him. You're going to make sure he courts you. He's going to prove, he's going to show you. Because the mask comes off faster than we think, 3 months. So, I mean, you can date for at least a year and a half to see. So I'm not against it. There's a great husband, if that's what you want for you. Marriage is beautiful. I love being married. But it's with the work being done. So yeah, so especially if you want to have a baby, yeah, I understand. Right, but I want a committed relationship. Yeah, and a committed relationship. People do it all the time. We was just talking about that. Who's that woman? It's not Goldie Hawn, is it? Is it her or is it the other one? She's married to that other actor. They've been together forever and they never got married. Forget them two. But I was with two. The elder man I was with, he was like, look, I'm older, so I can tell you, we'll stay together a lot longer if we're not married. You have your place, I have mine, but we're on a commitment. It worked out beautifully. Me and the ex was together for 10 years, and 8 of them years we were not married. And we never even brought up the conversation. It's so funny people say that. You know when somebody's with you and love you. So I never was like, we need to get married. Because everybody, I don't know. It was, we were married as far as I'm concerned. And even the last one, we used to say we were married. Like, it should be the commitment. So, if you need that, yes, but you could feel it. I remember the man I married, I remember we were buying land together, literally together. And I said, I ain't gonna marry no man. I'm not gonna buy land, I said, with a man I'm not married to, because we had grown children. They had children already, so we knew that. And I don't know why I said that, but anyway, he said, no problem, I'll marry you. Because it was never not that. We just was together. And then we got married. And yeah, there was a bond there, I will say, in the marriage that I thought even took it to the next level. So we're not against it. Jasmine, that happened to an ex-friend of mine. When her man transitioned, she did not have any rights to stuff. They had no kids and lived together and together for many, many years. Yeah, you gotta write that stuff in though. You gotta write that stuff in. That's very important. Like I said, that's very important. I mean, I'm just saying, if you were sitting there knowing he's gonna die, what did you think? Automatically you was gonna get something? Some people don't want to think about death. I think we gotta be much more mature about that. I don't think some people want to think about death. Because at some point you would know you ain't gonna get nothing. So you should have wrote that in. Unless you had your life was so good you didn't need anything. But if you need what he had, if you needed what he had, then that would have made sure. That's a lesson for us all. If you in a position where you actually need what he has, like, cause I'm just saying, like, if you need what he has, then make sure you make the right decisions for yourself. If you deserve, might just deserve what he has. Make the right decision. Because you can write your beneficiary. There's so many contracts you can draw up. So it doesn't have to be married to get those benefits. And like I said, I've seen other people not be married and get the benefits. Because some states have that common law thing. So we got to definitely look into those things. Jasmine, I'm right there with you that I want a committed relationship. Yes, but does it have to be, so is marriage, does marriage mean commitment? Let me ask you, because you both said it, so I'm trying to understand. Because y'all don't know about the married single people? You ain't never met them ones, huh? Y'all know about the married single people? They go get married and everything, have a big wedding, invite everybody, and they mistress at the wedding, child. You don't know about them people? So when you say, what y'all mean when y'all say that? Do y'all mean y'all want marriage, that's why that's commitment? Or you saying you just want to make sure you have a committed relationship? Because I don't think that's hard. I've always had committed relationships. So I want to know. Tell me, dialogue with me. A mirror image of you. Yes, they do. Kalea, I wonder if there is a way to be in a committed relationship and obtain rights without being legally married. That would be the deal. Yes. Okay, that's what we just answered it. There is. Hey, sacred lady, my ex-husband told me I taught him a lot. I taught him, my ex, I think, him how to purchase a house. He used everything I taught him, and the job I prayed for him to get, and took all that to the next one. Yeah, they do that too now. That will happen. That will happen. Yeah. Yeah, but there ain't nothing really good gonna come out of that one. That one is not it. And you know what? What they say, somebody said, forget rejection is protection. Rejection is redirection. And that meant that, on the spiritual level, sacred lady, that meant that he wasn't for you. That was not your man. I guess that was hers, because that wasn't yours. Yours would never do that to you. God got that man out the way for the better one for you. I now know that with my wisdom and age, I now know that. That's great. So he needed you to teach him? Well, God dang it, then that means you always in that relationship. You're always in that relationship. That woman knows that you taught him all of that. And don't think it's going as well as we think it is. You can't hurt people and think something good is going to happen. But something was, God just wanted to say, yeah, I know how great you thought he was. He wasn't that damn great. There's somebody much better for you. I do learn that when they take people out your life, it's because they're trying to say, I'm here for you. It's better for you. I believe that, sis. But I'm sorry that happened. Berko, what is wrong with the whole loaf? The whole loaf, Renee, huh? You're absolutely correct. The next lady is love with that's right, who we created, yes. I learned to never announce when we plan to leave a man who abused, cheated, etc. for our own safety. True. I know I was leading the same person, a different body. This happens. The friend group of narcs are scary. They are terrible, aren't they? They will help him cover the abuse for sure, or pretend to not notice that too. Thank you, Kalea. Yes. Jasmine, that would be a research question. Things may have changed since that happened to my ex-friend. Oh, yeah. You could definitely do something about it. You can. Clay, I'm definitely going to look into it. Yes. The non-committal ones are the largest group, FLI. Oh my, is that the large one? Yes. I don't know men won't seek therapy, but I don't know men won't seek therapy, but will get with another woman and terrorize her. Well, I think yeah, that's their therapy to some. I agree. Why? Not keeping their word is a big trigger and a sign for me. That's right, high vibe. Don't forget, I've set down low for pay. Okay, I definitely do that one. Yes, ma'am. That's right, Lone. Thank you. I know some states have common law marriage. Yes, it's Goldie Hawn. Yes. Jasmine, regarding a comment about common law marriage. Yes. Someone told me to get a prenup. Yes, you can. Trust to protect yourself. You can. No marriage is not needed. No. Okay, that's good. So you just saying committed. Me too. We were separating commitment from marriage. Yeah. I got you. Thank you. You both answered. Yeah. Oh yeah, commitment. Y'all can get that. So ladies, let me say that because I do understand. I know what you're saying. This world got you so messed up that we don't even think we can get a committed relationship, but we can. It's just the work. And I know it looks like I'm blaming the woman. No, the man got to do the work too. We now know what's necessary to have a healthy relationship. We didn't know that before. We thought just knowing what we thought we wanted was enough. We didn't understand that if he didn't know what he wanted, it's not going to work. We know that we have to do the work to become better people, to vibrate at another level. We was not really expecting him to actually have to do it too. So, and he can't do it once he get with you. We want the ones that did it already. Because something happened in their lives, they came to this own revelation that they have to do better. So now we understand, what it really takes. I'm gonna go get some coconut water. I hope the man's still there. We gotta understand what it really takes to be into a committed and beautiful relationship. And it's not just how you feel and the work you did, but you gotta do that. It's the work that he has to do as well. All right, lovely ladies, I had so much fun with y'all. I'm so glad we had a nice, what we call a real conversation. I'm gonna run over to this coconut man and see if I can catch him, and I hope to catch you all later as well. I love you with all of my heart. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love. Yes, girl. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Jazz. Love that stuff. It's so good, and I get it from the coconut, so. But it's 4, so we're going to pray. All right, y'all. I will see you on the next one. Love you. Peace and love. Blessings.